Madam, I am very grateful to the honorable members from both sides of the house for their very helpful and constructive comments on the finance bill. I think many of the facts and statistics that they have given and many of the arguments that they have advanced are so good that I could not have done better. Especially what the honorable members said on public section, on our taxation policy and on all matters are relevant. I think their speeches were extremely helpful to project the appropriate point of view regarding this finance bill. I am also thankful to the honorable members for their views on different matters. I would like to reply to some of the points during my response. They made a special effort to consider some of the aspects of the finance bill. He thought that it would be more advisable if the finance bill could be put for consideration in both the houses simultaneously, because he had the impression that whatever was stated in this August House was perhaps not reflected in the decisions that I had taken while formulating changes in the finance bill. May I assure the honorable member through you, madam, that it can never happen that the suggestions made in this house are not considered or will not be considered while formulating the changes in the finance bill. As is very well known, this house always takes into consideration the budget speech that is made here. It is basically the budget speech which constitutes the basis of the finance bill, and whatever amendments are made to the finance bill are always made after the discussions in both houses. Therefore, I would like to assure the honorable members whom I hold in high regard that the suggestions made in this house are always kept in focus, are given the deepest consideration possible by the government and uneducated masses of our country. I assure you all on behalf of the government that I will render all the possible assistance to you within my constitutional powers and functions. Time and again, the fact that there exist vacancies both in the High Court and sub-courts have been brought to my attention. There were some problems with regard to the appointment of judges to the vacant seats some time before. But now all these problems have been sorted out and the situation has turned good to appoint suitable persons to the post of presiding judicial officers. I am also very glad to inform you that a list of persons to be appointed as judges in the Madras High Court has been already prepared and that it has been sent to the consideration and approval of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India. I hope and trust that after the finalization of the judges, the major problem existing before the advocates of the Madras High Court would be solved and that a new outlook would be given to the profession. But in these circumstances, I would not accept that the delay in the appointment of judges was the exclusive reason for the piling up of cases before the courts of law. I have come to understand from discussion with some eminent advocates that the repeated requests from the advocates, even from the senior advocates, for adjournment of cases for a future date was the foremost and main reason for the piling up of cases. It has to be noted that though the judges can refuse to adjust the cases for a future date, there is no option left, since it is inevitable that without the cooperation and active participation of advocates of both parties to a legal dispute to adjudicate upon a legal conflict, though the judges have discretion to decide a dispute ex parte, I have come to understand that procedure was followed only in rare cases due to procedural difficulties, some of which would further prolong the proceedings. Another reason which in this situation becomes prominent and noteworthy is that about the efficiency and capacity of the judges to dispose of the pending cases before them, adhering to strict legal principles and statutory enactments. It is a sad state of affair that when a need arises as to filing up of the vacancy for judge, one other objective of the finance bill is to provide equal opportunity to the farming community in the country so that we can reach self-sufficiency early.